prior to a deed upon death, you didn't need to go to probate. Okay. Now you need to go to probate.
Oh.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Let's talk a little bit about those folks out there who don't feel compelled to the necessity of using a title company, and then dealing with what you would call uninsured deeds. Tell us how that happens and what you do to fix it.
So an uninsured deed is when the homeowner decides to either add, remove, possibly transfer another individual or entity onto their property or off their property. The common thing is that you have a parent who maybe the spouse has passed away,
right?
But they want to add their kids the title.
Oh,
okay. So they'll draw up a deed, or they'll even have an attorney draw up a deed,
right?
And they'll sign it. It will all be done correctly. There's no issue with it. They'll record it,
right?
But what happens is that puts a little bit of a cloud on title for insurance purposes.
Gotcha.
And we need to work through to make sure that everybody was agreeing to that deed transfer.
Right.
So that's why it's called an uninsured deed. There was not an insurance policy issued at the time that deed was recorded. Now it brings up and it causes a little bit of issues because sometimes these are done and people don't know that they were even done. Because if I'm adding you to title, there's no notification, there's no signature for you to sign.
Oh.
It can be recorded and you become owner. Part owner of a property. And the other problem with that is maybe the kid's married. Now you have a spousal interest involved. You're opening up a can of worms by doing these deeds on your own.
Deed upon death. There are new rules here for that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
First of all, what is it? What's a deed upon death?
So prior to the new rules, let's tell you what a deed upon death was.
Okay.
So
all right.
A deed upon death in the past was a deed that it was used for called financial planning tools or estate planning. And basically what it did was it automatically determined who your property was going to transfer to upon your death. The person receiving the property from the deed upon death had to do certain notices and had to do things that would allow them to basically fully own the property. Let's just call it for that. But all that changed. So what happened was they in one of the legislations, Assembly Bill 414 in 2021, basically redefined the rules of deed upon death. Prior to a deed upon death, you didn't need to go to probate. Okay. Now you need to go to probate.
Oh.
Because now, the minute you open probate, you're doing all the notices that you have to do for the old method of deed upon death, but you're also fulfilling the probate.
Right.
And that 18-month window is completely out now. That's gone. That doesn't even come into play.
Right.
And you go through a normal probate that's 3, 4, 5 months long. Just depending.
And expensive.
And expensive.
Right.
So there's a better option. Okay. The better option
All
is basically, look, go talk to a estate planning attorney. And if you're going to go through that, you can get basic trusts done.
Yep.
And I don't know what the costs are, but I can tell you they're cheaper than probate. Go get it done. If you know who you want to leave the property to, put it in the trust, spell it out, and don't worry about it again.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. If you ever have a question about real estate or any of the other topics we cover, just call me off air or text me at 702-203-1165. You can also check us out on the web at lvrealestateradio.com or on our handle on social media at LV Real Estate Radio.